Today is Friday the 10th of August, and that means that today is the start of me going up to Miles for 2 weeks for us to work on new Popcore music, which is really exciting. We've kind of been waiting all year for this. We did this last August, we did this for a week, and that's kind of when we wrote Golden Hour, our first EP link and stuff. So I'm just getting packed up. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm about to start making my way up there, which should be quite fun. Usually takes about 3 hours. If traffic is okay. Last time I went up there for a weekend in July, and part of the kind of ring road around Manchester was shut, which was great. I had to kind of navigate that without the sat-nav's help. So I'm a certified map reader now, and I'm actually bringing less than I took up last year. So last year I had to take up quite a lot of stuff. I had to take up like my monitors, both speakers and PC monitors. I had to take up my PC, I had to take up all the stuff for my PC. But this year we are working only on Miles's PC, and we have kind of a server set up and everything for all of my files to be, you know, transported into the cloud, and it's going to be super fun. This is probably the most organized kind of studio time that I've ever had. We're going to have like a whiteboard and everything. We've got a bunch of new studio gear, but now I've just got to load the car and then it's time to go. So wish me luck. So far the sat-nav has taken me, instead of taking me north, it took me south. I went to Heathrow, I went around the M25, it then detoured me further around the M25. I still have like 3 hours on the road. On the road. I don't know where I am, I have like no idea. Gotta say, not a fan. Not a fan. What the fuck? Everyone keeps like swerving and like trying to change lanes like at the worst times. Like, there's a coach that's just gone past. It's quite a spectacle. And I'm here. I did alright actually in the end. It was just really boring, as it kind of is when you're doing really long drives. It's now 9:30, which is kind of the time I expected to get here. The sat-nav kept saying it was going to be like 20 to 10, but I think I've actually made some really good time, which is quite nice. Turn the windscreen wipers off. So yeah, let's go and say hello to Miles. And we're here!
Hello.
We are all set up. We've got a little board that's got all of the stuff on it. There's going to be a few secrets on that. New reflection filter, which is quite cool. We've got beer, which is always nice. And then we got Miles and his setup. We're all here. We have guitars and stuff, all, you know, hanging and down here. I just need to set up like foot pedals and stuff. But we're in a pretty good place. And I got Freddos. And they were 20p. Which feels like I'm living the dream, in all honesty. It is after midnight and we're writing lyrics. We're writing lyrics to a song. Do you want to hear what it sounds like? It sounds like this. Oh, that didn't do it. It sounds like... Wait, this.
Wait for it.
That's it. That's the song. Print it. So it's day 2. We are currently working on the same song we were working on yesterday, just kind of finishing up the lyrics and stuff, re-recording some vocal takes, and then kind of hopefully getting all the vocals recorded. So we're hoping that we can cross out these 2 boxes pretty shortly and then kind of just crack on with something new, which will be quite exciting. We recorded stuff so good that it crashed the computer, so we've had to...
We don't talk about that.
The reflection filter is working quite nicely. It's all going quite well, actually. Last night we were a bit kind of unsure on where we were going with the song, but I think today we've kind of nailed it. We've got like some good vocal harmonies going down on it.
Some direction with it.
Some proper direction, yeah, like a proper lyrical direction, a proper concept for it. Because we've kind of always had a bit of an idea, but like we really kind of honed in on it. So the song we're working on needed like some sort of vocal textures to it. I just kind of started laying stuff down and Miles was just kind of recording it. And what we ended up with was this. What?
Box us.
What? 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 remember if yesterday I said it was day 2, but I'm overwriting the canon, and now today is day 2. Today we're working on more music. We're just trying to like tick off some more of these boxes. We've got like some tracks that we wrote like kind of back in April, which was it April?
Yeah, it was.
Those two were from April, and they are kind of fully written as it stands, but we want to rewrite them because we're not completely in love with them. So one of the tasks for today is to try and at least get through one of them. So I think we're feeling quite good. We have kind of finished the layout of a new track today, but I don't know. I think we just kind of need to mull over it for a while. And then I'm just eating fucking pizza for lunch because why? Well, garlic pizza. I mean, not that that's important. Can we turn this around? Where you are, it looks like sunshine. Yeah! It's the end of the canonical day 2, and we have finished a second song. So finished for us means like, you know, written, lyrics done, recorded. Yeah, as per the board, which is looking a lot more full now. I haven't been filming them all because I figured that would be pretty boring. Next up, I think we're going to be tackling the lyrics on this one. We've added a new one to the board, which is a demo that I kind of pulled together a while ago, which we'll just kind of play with and see what we can do with. I'm hoping we can at least fill this entire board in the 2 weeks. I think we can.
I think we should be able to, definitely.
So yeah, we've had a bit of downtime watching some meme compilations.
Let's hide that.
Yeah.
Edit that out.
All these songs aren't being mixed this week because it will take ages. So it's just kind of getting stuff kind of recorded to the point where that, you know, I can go home and mix it and I don't need to be here, and we can kind of just bounce mixes and stuff back and forth. Oh, I'm still filming. Whoa. So it's day 3 today. It's already like 12. It's fine. Unfortunately, a haircut is not on the agenda today because my hair does look pretty stupid. Kind of key things that we want to do. One is take another song that we wrote back in April, and just kind of like fine tune it. Then we want to write lyrics for, or finish writing lyrics for a track that we worked on a couple of days ago. That's just kind of developed into something a bit more kind of finished. Then we're going to take a look at some of the other demos that we've kind of brought with us. And then after that, it's just kind of working on some new bits, which we've got a few kind of ideas for. I think we just kind of need to properly sit down and kind of work out what we're going to do with it. But yeah, so far been a pretty decent day. I've just been doing a bit of mixing. Miles is out feeding the guinea pigs. These guys are thirsty AF. How you doing, little fella? And it's time for another one. I think one of the things that I don't look at enough in my productions is, and I think a lot of people probably don't, is percussion and kind of just layering and how much kind of depth you have to the percussion. We've just kind of went through the track that we're working on, and honestly there's about like 30 drum tracks. It's just given the song so much more of an interesting sort of feel to every element, and the percussion doesn't feel kind of like underbaked. And we recorded Miles eating some celery. So I think that one of the things that we're going to have to do eventually is go back over each of the tracks that we've worked on and just kind of make sure that the percussion is really kind of up to scratch. I can confirm that we are done with the recording of another song. No! Hey! So it's like nearly 1 a.m. on day 3. Well, day 4 now, technically. And we just did a kind of car drive, just listened to some of the mixes and stuff that we've got so far, and it's sounding really good. We're making good progress.
Really good progress. I think to say that we're already on day 4 technically, it's just been insane.
Yeah.
I think we're both sort of sitting here and just going, we're only 4 days into this, like 3 days, 4 days into this.
For day 3, we're making good progress. So yeah.
Bit of a shit ending, isn't it?
What time is it? It is 8:30. So it is day 4. We are currently just bouncing out one of the songs that we wanted to work on today. We've done quite a bit of work on it, but we want to just kind of listen through it in context with the other songs that we've been working on. I'm not really kind of sure how I feel about it. Vocally, it's not kind of where I want it to be, and I think that it's one of the only songs that we've done recently that has like a 4 on the floor kick drum, and I don't know if I just hate that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. So.
We just need to sort of figure out whether it's how we feel at the moment about it, or whether it's just how it's actually lining up in relation to the other songs. So.
We're just going to bounce it out and see how it sounds. It is still day 4. We listened to that track. We have decided to kind of put it in the vault for the time being. That might change over time, but because we're in two minds about it. But I think when you're in two minds about something, the best thing to do is just kind of move on and focus on something else rather than sit there and kind of deliberate over that. Miles is cooking actual food. I'm just bunging stuff in an oven and then hoping for the best. We have a new idea on the go. It's a bit more chilled. It's a bit more sad, which is quite nice. And that means the board has changed. So we took the track that we were having issues with off of the board, and we're getting to work on this thing. So yeah, it's been a bit of a slow day 4 so far, but then we still have the evening. And the evening tends to be when we get a lot of our stuff done. So I think we tend to be most productive when we're in the evening and we have had food and energy drinks.
Energy drinks especially.
So it might be like 3 a.m, which is pretty crazy, but we can now cross off another box. Bit of an odd order. The production isn't quite done. We've got 5 songs on the go, and I'm hoping tomorrow we can cross off those, and then we'll have 5 tracks that we're kind of really happy with. Hopefully we can kind of keep this progress up. Is day 5. We have just been doing some guitars for the track that we were working on yesterday. I did a few more harmonies this morning, so the vocals and stuff are all pretty much kind of done. We're really happy with how that's sounding. Miles is about to do work his magic on the track, and then we're going to go explore and then hopefully crack on with more of the board. And then, see what happens. I'm hoping that we can get to writing some more new ideas today.
It's quite interesting to get into the swing of something fresh, I think. It's quite rewarding, I think.
I think, a lot of what we've done on Golden Hour and a lot of what we've been doing so far in this week has all been kind of these really big songs that are kind of high energy the whole way through, whereas this is a bit more kind of restrained in the verses and has these kind of more sort of tearing sort of choruses that I think, whilst they're very high energy, they do still feel a bit different. So I think, it's good to kind of change up the approach to our composition. I'm really excited to release this one, actually. I think I'm really excited to release all of these, but I think that's the wonderful thing about so far is that, all these songs, we just love them, every single one.
These are all 2018 songs, so
exactly.
It's a big difference.
All much more contemporary for us.
Transition.
Right, so it is still day 5. We are out going for a little bit of exploring in some woodsy places, like a little tunnel down there. We took a few pictures, but it's just nice to kind of get out and freshen up. Staying inspired in an environment like this where you're kind of under a bit of time pressure, I guess, to kind of be consistently writing is quite difficult. Just being away from music for a little bit is actually quite helpful, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think definitely not feeling the sort of pressure as much as we did when we did Golden Hour, but I think there's still there is still pressure to get stuff done to the best degree possible with the time that we have.
That's private. We're not allowed there. It's private. Currently now we've got about 5 songs worth of lyrics. The latest batch I've got to record when we get back. I think we're in a pretty good place with it. Our key focus is getting structures laid down, getting kind of the skeleton in place and getting a bit of meat on it and just putting something together that has a bit of identity as a song rather than just being a bunch of chords and a vocal. We kind of try and get out in the car, even if it's just to go to the supermarket, to kind of listen to the songs on drives and just see how they sound in, the real world, essentially. Okay, so it is day 6. We had a pretty cool idea, actually. That's actually made it to the board. The board is just, you'll notice it's constantly mysteriously changing. And we like that idea, and I think there's a lot we're going to do with it, because it's this wonderful, ballad sort of track that we worked on. I really like the vocal, I really like the kind of story that we're telling lyrically. It's just kind of building it into something that has a bit more meat on it. I think it'll be one of the longer tracks on what we kind of put together. Now we're going to take a little break again, and the weather is actually nice today, because after we kind of filmed yesterday, it started absolutely pissing it down. So it's actually quite nice out. You can't really see from here. So we're going to go and try and take some pictures, because that's
what you do.
That's a good way to
spend the sun.
Yeah, I'm going to go visit a sort of dishevelled sort of skeleton of a house.
Yeah,
I think that's quite local, so that should hopefully be a good sort of place to get pictures. So I got my camera, So we're all ready to go.
A few moments later.
So I don't know how the audio is going to come out on this.
Maybe a 6 out of 10.
Last year we took a whole bunch of photos in a quarry near Miles's, and we didn't just want to take the same photos this year. We wanted to get some like new photos and stuff, like you know, for the old Spotify profile and whatnot. We wanted to go somewhere new, and this is somewhere new. And there's meant to be like a sort of dishevelled house type thing here. It's a relatively pretty view. Quite nice. Because I think that's over there. Looks like near where we were taking photos last year, right?
Yeah.
Loads of water. I don't think this video will do it justice, but it's like it goes out very, very far. And then over here, there's more stones. Whoa, I'm wobbly. So yeah, still have yet to find this building. I think we're a bit determined now to find this.
I'd just like to interject on this video and say that I have no fucking clue if they actually found that building or not. And in fact that was like a 3-minute chunk of this vlog has really pissed me off. So, did they find the building? Who knows? We will never fucking know.
So we are back. We are back writing. We're doing all this sort of stuff. We've had food. I've had pizza because that's that and pizza and energy drinks is like the fuel for me right now. That's just getting stuff done. We are making some actual progress again though. So this track down here has got like a layout. We've got a structure for it that we're really, really happy with. We've just kind of done a listen through because it's a bit different. We wanted to kind of make sure it still fit the context of the other songs. Like they all kind of worked together.
Yeah, definitely. It needs to follow a similar palette, I think, which I think it definitely does.
Next on the agenda is to finish the kind of structure and layout of this track to kind of get the half blue line across. And right now, on day 6, it is 9:15 in the evening, which is quite early for us at the moment. Kind of got structures for all 6 songs on this side of the board, which is really wonderful. Miles is just doing a bounce of the latest track that we've just finished the structure of. And then we will probably do a quick kind of listen through everything and just kind of see what we think in terms of the context of how everything kind of fits together. So it's not really kind of much of a banger as such. It's a bit different. It's a bit more of like what you would kind of see as being like an album track if there was to be an album. I mean, we thought we were going to go from an angle of kind of turning it into a bit more of a banger towards the end, but kind of giving that a go, it didn't really fit. So I'm kind of glad that it's turned out the way it has. It's kind of remained quite a chill track, which is quite nice. But see how it turns out. We've got to write the rest of the lyrics. We've got some lyrics. We've got kind of a first verse and a first chorus. And we'll go from there. It is day 7. It's quite late actually today, which is my fault because I, in my infinite wisdom, decided to get a bit ill yesterday, which was great. So day 7, and we've got 6 songs. So we're going to try and start a new idea today. We're just bouncing out one of the tracks we worked on yesterday, which is sounding so good, like so completely in love with it. I think we're just super excited to actually release these, and I think that they are kind of a notch above.
I suppose in a way it's like you sort of don't know that you're capable of it, or that you can
like
do
we
it.
kind of we came back into this and we were like, can we actually
like top it?
Well, not even top it, but can we actually use this time and write this many songs? Because we blocked out 2 weeks, but you can't schedule inspiration. You can't make stuff happen. So I'm quite glad that we have actually. That is a very, very full side of the board. Now you got to fill this side. Last year we had like 7 days. I don't think we even had that, did we?
When you came on the Sunday, but I think Monday was like the main.
Yeah, Sunday we got set up and then it was just kind of getting acquainted and stuff because it was like the first time we'd probably kind of produced in the same room. I kind of don't like that we haven't had anything to release for a while because we put out Golden Hour in June, which was 3 of the songs that we wrote last year plus another one that we wrote kind of over the internet. And then obviously, it's been quite quiet since we put that out. So I think it'll be good to hopefully get something out before the end of the year. We're about to just go and do a car drive, see how they sound. And I'm going to go get some painkillers because I'm a very, very poorly boy. It is day 8. A fairly unproductive day yesterday. I think when you try and force inspiration, it's, you can't make stuff happen. So we spent the rest of the day playing Minecraft because, it's 2018 and that's what the kids are playing. But either way, we are up to 7 songs. We're on the other side of the board. We're getting somewhere with it, which is nice. At the moment, Like with all the others, I'm not completely in love with it. This guy is. I tend to kind of know how I really feel about a song when, you know, it's kind of fully realised to some extent.
Yeah, it's like I'll fall in love with what it can be.
Yeah.
And in a way, maybe your approach is a bit better. I think we'll make it work though.
Yeah, then that'll be 7 songs in the bag, which is nice. That is pretty much the end of the work for day 8. We like the new track that we've worked on today. That took some deciding. But tomorrow, I think we'll be tackling some of the bits that we want to redo, tightening things up in places, maybe adding a few other bits in, but mostly just kind of doing the odd kind of retake. We think we know where that house is now. We just don't know how to get there. But that's the plan for tomorrow, hopefully. We are on this side of the board, which is kind of where we wanted to be by the end of the weekend. So now we're just going to play some Minecraft and just chill out, because that's the thing to do instead of actually going to bed, because fuck bedtime. It's day 9! And it's like 1 in the afternoon. We're going to take attempt 2 in trying to find this disheveled building to go and get some pictures. We're on like the other side of where we were the other day. So the other day we were like over there, which is like over the other side of the road, I think. Over there, somewhere like there, is the house that we're trying to find to get some photos. We've got like about an hour to make sure we kind of get everything that we need. Then we will get back and we will probably redo some little bits here and there. Like we've just been kind of tightening up some mixes. So I think we're getting a little bit closer. It's not up there, thankfully. I mean, the camera does not give you a sense of scale. Suddenly come across this stream out of nowhere. We're getting closer. Google Maps don't let us down. You alright? He's all good. And I think we might almost be there. It might be a little bit further actually, I don't know. And we found it!
You motherfucker!
Fence in the way, but we're going to see if we can get some half decent shots. Thinking of how to frame it and how to get down there without dying, breaking a limb, or losing a limb, or anything really.
6 hours later.
Bye bye abandoned building. I hope that you really help this era of Popcore. I thought today was going to be a relatively unproductive day in that, well, I guess just a different kind of day, right? So we got photos and they turned out really good. That's a yay. Here's some photos. The board's looking kind of full in terms of songs. We've put quite a few actually back on there. These 2 have come back on there, and this was kind of an old demo that I think we're going to try and revisit. We're just hearing some kind of
End result?
potential in the idea. I mean, it sounds like this at the moment. It'll probably sound quite a lot different, quite different. I think it will be kind of like quite chill in the kind of drop / chorus. I guess that's what we'll probably work on for a little bit, and then kind of build up a structure for that, and then start looking at lyrics and stuff for the other kind of 4 that need lyrics writing. So
I think we just had a bit of an epiphany, didn't we, in the way that the structure of what we're building.
yeah, because I mean, we don't know what this is yet. We don't know if this is like an album. We don't know if it's an EP. We don't know if it's like, you know, a whole bunch of singles. But we just kind of knew that we wanted to use this time to write as much music as possible. So a few of those ideas that we took off the board, we were kind of like, well, they don't really sit well with everything else. But actually, because we've written a few kind of, you know, songs that are kind of sore thumbs or, you know, red herrings in terms of how they fit in with everything else, I think because of that, it makes everything else kind of mesh together. You kind of get that kind of connection between all of them, and that they then retain their kind of points of difference, but still kind of fit in the sort of wider scope of everything else. So
yeah.
But anyway, food time. It is day 10, double figures. Today's kind of agenda is, first of all, we're going to go to the supermarket because I'm out of squash. Red alert. Plan of attack for today is really to just kind of tackle the production on a couple of tracks, but we then just have a few other songs that we need to do that on, and then that will kind of then close off this side of the board. And then we need to just kind of make sure that we're happy with where these kind of sit in terms of production. This is going to be the toughest one because I think that what I'm kind of least happy with on that is the vocal performance.
So it's still day 10, and I think I'm just having another one of those sort of days where, you know, creatively you worry a lot and think a lot, and in turn kind of end up hating just about everything you work on. You know, I don't find it hard to be creative. I don't find it hard to come out with something, you know, whether it, you know, be some chords, a melody, some lyrics, anything like that. I don't find the actual act of doing that hard. I find the act of doing that and liking it quite hard. And I think, you know, I have days where I kind of go in circles and I just end up hating everything, whether it's something pre-existing that I know that I like. You know, I know that all the songs that we have gotten to the point of kind of being, you know, relatively finished, where they, you know, have a solid instrumental, or, you know, a solid instrumental and, you know, really fantastic lyrics and, you know, great melodies. You know, I know that I like those, but I can go back into them and quite easily just find myself hating them. And I tend to find that when I'm like that creatively, I'm very destructive. And I think, you know, it makes days like this quite hard because, you know, the sole purpose of me being here, other than, you know, to hang out with my best friend, is to be creative and to work on music. And when that kind of grinds to a halt, it can be quite disheartening, but, you know, I'll get past it.
So that's a wrap on day 10. It's been a productive day in the end, I guess. The board is emptier again. I think, as we kind of said, like, you know, you should never kind of close off ideas. You can't always force it. And I think for us, it's not that those songs don't work. I think that right now, with where we're at, with where the headspace that we're in, and with the collection of songs that we've been working on, they don't fit. I think that we still kind of feel that. We have demos from last year's recording that we have that we still like those songs. We still have those songs still have enjoyable elements to us.
We sort of had the sort of discussion about sort of we would rather walk away from this fortnight with, you know, 8 really good songs versus 10, 12, whatever. You know, songs that we're not feeling, songs that are halfway there.
But yeah, we've got some retakes done. We've got some vocal bits that kind of needed kind of just tightening up. Some lyrics have been tightened up here and there. We've recorded some new harmonies and stuff to just kind of make things sound a bit fuller on a couple of the songs. We went for a drive and it was nice. It was, we listened to other people's music for a change.
Yeah, it's just good to sort of get out of that sort of self-critical sort of musical working loop.
You can quite easily just make yourself think that it's all awful.
Yeah. Which isn't the case. You know, like 16, for example, 16 was an idea. I mean, if you're watching, obviously back in the video and in the vlogs, like, it was on the board, but, you know, well, it wasn't on the board because it was a missed out idea, because obviously we have LV17.
Yep.
And now it's come back.
So on to day.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open.
So today's day 11, and other than suffering a random case of hay fever, we got a lot of stuff out of the way last night that just kind of means that there's a lot of stuff just off our minds. I have just done a few little bits on one of the tracks that is actually sounding pretty good. Next up on my agenda is just to kind of process some vocals that we did the other night. So yeah, all in all, feeling a lot more positive than yesterday. Day 11, let's do this.
Okay, so all the little bits of kind of production and tweaking and stuff are done. The musical interface that we use, the audio interface that we use, we've been running it on outdated drivers since we got it, basically. Yeah. We were getting loads of kind of like clicks and pops, which things like device block size weren't fixing. So updating the drivers has definitely helped with that. I don't know how it will affect recording. So yeah, we're going to pop to the shops, get a few bits, and then come back and then hopefully start tackling these bastards. We have just ticked off another box, which is quite exciting. And I'm actually quite happy with it. I like, as with all of these things, you know, I don't know how I feel about it. I think once it's all mixed and stuff, this one should actually sound quite good.
It's quite interesting as well, seeing as 16 is obviously an idea that we sort of pushed under the rug, you know, before we made 17.
Next, we tackle BS1, which is back on the board, which I know, right? We are just like, we have so much back and forth on this. Like, I've always liked the song, right? But I've never been like totally happy with it, and I think that's why we've both kind of like gone, yeah, like, yeah, it should be on there, no, it shouldn't, yeah, it should, no, it shouldn't. I think I was just being a bit of a little bitch, whereas actually we just need to kind of suck it up and just do it. And it has been somewhat productive in that we actually updated all of our social media today, all the new like imagery and photos and stuff that we've been getting. We got like a couple of new photos yesterday, and later tonight we're gonna try and get this one last photo that like I really want to get. Wish us luck. I mean, it's the future when you're watching this, so
Hopefully we've done it.
It won't help, but no. I mean, you know, stay tuned.
She kinda feels like she lost her. She kinda feels. She kinda.
So we managed to record all the lyrics for 16 and BS1 today, which is awesome because they're both sounding really good, and having just listened back to them, I'm a big fan. To get 17 finished and to write something new doesn't feel like an impossible task. Really good day, actually. Woke up feeling a little bit kind of, you know, meh and lethargic. I took a bit of time away from it today, which definitely helped. Overall, like a really strong body of work. I think the only thing I need to do with any of the tracks in terms of what I want to actually change to them is going to be with 16. We need to record some like distorted electric guitars for I think the last chorus. It is definitely a bit of a departure from Golden Hour, but a very welcome one. It's coming to a close, but I think there's still quite a bit to do, and I think we'll get there. We didn't manage to get the pictures that kind of I hoped that we would get, but like we got something, so I'm gonna have a look at that and see if I can kind of do something with it through the magic of editing. So tomorrow we tackle this bad boy, and then, well, today we tackle this bad boy, and we start hopefully thinking of what goes in this space. So let there be light.
Gotcha, you fuckers.
And so I'm home. Today is Friday the 10th of August. Today is the start of me going up to Miles for 2 weeks for us to work on new Popcore music.
I'm fighting with the waves, trying to look so brave, thinking of what I can maybe save. And can you find me, lost out on the sea, dreams of you and me? You keep me right where I need to be. And on the cliffs there's a lighthouse, and it's burning like my heart, lighting up the dark, 'cause I'm coming home to you. I've been lost out here forever.
So it is day 12, and today we really don't have anything on the agenda other than just finish the outstanding stuff that we have. And to get something new kind of down, which I don't think is an impossible task. Then it's on to kind of finishing lyrics for 17, which is probably next on my list of things to do. We have got the 10th song. We've got an idea. And it's so cool! Oh my god! I didn't think it would kind of come about like naturally. And like I wrote these little really nice funky like 7th chords. And like this kind of sequence, it just oozes cool.
I mean, to be honest, we've been building up to the song for quite a while now. Like, just sort of, I think ideas sort of instrumentally have just been building up, where we're like, right, we want to make a really, really sexy sounding song.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
really cool.
Totally. And I think we've got like one, like 14
Yeah.
is kind of sexy.
Definitely.
But I think this is going to be the one that's just like, it's like a proper head bopper. It's just cool. So yeah, we're going to now finish the layout because we've just been listening to the chorus on loop for about half an hour. And it's still good, so that's fine. I'm just, you know, I'm a professional vlogger. So we've done pretty well. The song idea from this morning, well, earlier this afternoon. I've got lyrics for a bridge that I really like. I kind of know vocally what I want from the song, from like the sort of, you know, bridge up to like the very end of it. So I guess the plan of attack now will be to kind of finish 19, the song that we kind of started working on earlier today, and to then finish the lyrics and record the lyrics for 17, and then we are done in terms of kind of writing and recording. And also I've had my image stabilization on my phone for like this entire time, so I'm really sorry that it's been so blurry. I don't know how to hold a phone. I don't even know how to use a phone.
Hey.
Day 13? Day 13? Is it day 13? It's day 13! I'm going to be doing the drive home later tonight. I'm hoping that I can avoid some traffic if I kind of go on a Thursday, because last Friday was... not last Friday, 2 Fridays ago, wow. That was pretty hideous. Not fair. So my hope is that I can avoid most of the traffic by going this evening. I've got a lyrical idea and vocal melody that I kind of like for 17. So we're going to try and get that recorded before I go, which feels like a pretty momentous, gigantic, huge, big, it's a big task. We'll probably end up doing kind of various retakes and stuff as time goes on, and like when I'm at home, like I think, you know, we'll probably do a couple of retakes with that. I can see that happening. I think we're in a pretty good place, and I think if we can just tick off that last box, I'll be very happy. So yeah, let's see if we can do it. We did it! We recorded everything! We've got 2 demos that I think that could actually still kind of make it. So we can end up with 12 songs. And I want to write an intro as well, so like 13. 10 songs have been done and recorded. And it's a very, very special moment, and we're very happy. Here's a new era, and to have lyrics done for this one, I feel like this was like the hardest challenge. I process the vocals, do a listen through, and then probably soon after that, I probably need to get driving. Lots of time for reflection coming up. So stay tuned for that. We have all 10 songs kind of bounced out. We're just kind of gonna get them all kind of converted to MP3, ID3 tag, just so we can kind of listen to them over the coming days, weeks, months, years, etc. So that's a wrap on kind of getting everything recorded. I'm just gonna make sure this is on my phone, and then I'm gonna go and start driving home. I don't really know what to say. Like, I don't really know how to book it because, you know, it's all kind of coming to an end. The board is as full as we kind of wanted it to be.
It says done.
It says done on it. So that means it's done. Probably the next time I film will be, well, next time I film of any length, it'll be when I get home. Yeah. I'm packed up, the car is all loaded up, and it's time to set off. I need to go get petrol, which sucks. But yeah, so this was the room where we wrote the next era of Popcore, which is quite exciting, because I don't think I've ever sat down in like one room and just like
Done that.
Yeah, like properly written something from start to end. So yeah. This is it. But yeah, you know, journey's not over yet. 3.5 hours this thing reckons it's going to take me. 5 minutes past 12. So yeah, it reckons I'm going to get back at about midnight. and so I'm home. I got home late yesterday. It's now Friday the 27th. I'm sad, but I'm also, you know, pleased to, you know, be home and stuff. You know, I do get a little bit homesick when I'm kind of away for a long period of time. You know, I kind of made this promise to myself a little while ago that I wanted to start writing songs and not tracks. You know, when you write instrumental music, I love instrumental music. It'll always have a very special place in my heart, but, you know, writing music with lyrics is something that's really kind of captivated me at the moment. It's what's kind of really got my attention, and I like trying to write, you know, stuff that's quite catchy and has lyrics that kind of mean something to me, and I think that that's what we've kind of achieved with these songs. It was just awesome, you know. Miles has been just such a fantastic friend to me since we met online in 2013. He found me through my music, and we just kind of struck up a conversation, and we just kind of have the same taste, the same sort of outlook. Obviously, when we did this last year, it was only for a week. Now, doing this for 2 whole weeks, it was a bit different. And you know, we were constantly, like, you know, around each other. You know, it was, I'm sure he probably got very sick of me on many occasions. I am an absolute pain to work with sometimes. 2018 and the back end of 2017 has been full of developments for me. There's been so much that's happened in my personal life, and I think a lot of that has found its way into these songs, as well as kind of my own, you know, personal songs that I'm kind of working on my own. Hopefully exciting times ahead with the new music, and kind of see what happens with that. So now I'm home, and I'm just gonna, you know, chill out. I'm gonna go and fill the cupboards with, you know, food. When I got home, I went to go pick my girlfriend up from work. In us being a bit stupid, when we were leaving her work, I fell off a curb. It's my own fault, but I'm still feeling sorry for myself. But yeah, it's been a really fun couple of weeks, and I think, you know, both Miles and I should be, and we are, very, very proud of what we created. I hope you've enjoyed kind of watching this. I know there's not been a lot of teasers and stuff. We like to try and keep stuff under wraps and not kind of show too much. Thank you so much for watching. If you have watched all of this, I hope it's been helpful. If you'd like to see any more content from me or from me and Miles, that's a little bit more difficult, but I'm sure we'll try and cater for it. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of 2018, and I hope you've been having a good summer, etc. Because we have. So, yeah, thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
What I can maybe save, and can you find me lost out on the sea? Dreams of you and me, you keep me right where I need to be. And on the cliffs there's a lighthouse, and it's burning like my heart, lighting up the dark, 'cause I'm coming home to you. Out there for what felt like forever, and now I'm home with my treasure.